Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Hello, lovely people.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, everyone. What day is it? I forget.
Friday.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. A few applauses. All right. Welcome to DBL. As I'm sure you have heard, the special counsel's report on 81-year-old President Biden decided not to charge him for his handling of classified documents, but it did paint a very troubling picture of the president's memory. So it said he's a, quote, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Not a great Tinder blog line. President Biden held a press conference last night to defend himself. Let us take a look at what he had to say.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. That's
Your
what
memory has gotten worse, Mr. President?
My memory is not good. My memory is fine.
But during the same press conference, the president once again made a verbal error, confusing Egypt for Mexico. Watch.
As you know, initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
Just so you know, Sisi is, of course, the president of Egypt, not of Mexico. So what do you think of all of this? Is this going to be a problem for Biden? Anyone want to go, or did they forget what they were going to say?
I definitely forgot what I was going to say, because I feel like hit dogs will holler. I'm a little offended. I have forgotten my car keys. I forgot my medication last week. I forgot where I put my my wallet this morning, and I forgot what time I was supposed to be at the doctor's office. So I'm like, memory is not an indicator of anything for me.
But what if I respectfully say you aren't the president of the United States?
I am not. I am not. I'm not defending it.
Right.
I'm just saying, I understand.
Well, I will go on record as saying it's a problem.
Okay.
It's going to be you know, famously, it's kind of officially unofficial that Reagan suffered from pretty severe dementia towards the end of his run, but that was in the 80s, and there was no really way to capture that. So the public didn't know, and what you don't know, for the most part, didn't hurt us. What it's going to do to the country's confidence when every day, once a week, you're inundated with gaffes and verbal miscues, is it's going to undermine our strength in the world, and it's going to undermine our strength in how we feel about ourselves. And, you know, Erica, Sam, Tori, where do we go from here? Because anytime we try and introduce anybody new, they're instantly shot down. They're kneecapped by their own party.
That's very true.
If you try and run, that's the end of your career. If a Republican put their name out there and you don't make it, you're gone.
Even if they have the popular vote. We saw that with Bernie Sanders in 2016. This is alarming.
Right.
It is. I'll give you some more descriptions in the report. It described Biden's memory as, quote unquote, hazy, faulty, and poor, with significant...
That's how you describe road conditions.
With significant limitations. Again, you can apply this to both Biden and Trump. You know, Trump is 77, he's 81. Trump has had a number of gaffes, too, getting political leaders' names wrong, countries, cities. So both of them, there should be, this is the president of our country. Many people would say the leader of the free world. Both of them should be subject to cognitive tests. There should be an age limit. I'm not trying to be ageist here, but we should put our president and the candidates on the highest pedestal possible. Really quickly, though, I just want to say this, and then, Tori, I would love to hear your opinion, but we were getting comments asking, well, what's the difference between Trump and Biden with holding these documents? Because they were both accused, and we only saw Biden get cleared.
Sure.
So apparently, just so we know, this is according to the report, Biden never intervened. He never tried to avoid the investigation. He cooperated fully. We know Trump did not. Also, Biden, and there's evidence that shows that he, it wasn't him, it was his staff that put those boxes in the garage. Now, you look over at Trump, and he refused to return the documents for many months, but he also allegedly obstructed justice by asking people to destroy the evidence.
That's right.
So that is the biggest difference, and I just want to say that clearly so people know, because I see your questions.
That's good.
You live and breathe politics.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is really bad. This is really, really bad. You guys know how I always talk about wars where it used to be a hammer? Like World War I, World War II, and now we go into scalpel mode, and it's technology and drones. That comes with memory, too. You have to be sharp you have to be ready, and you have to be willing to make negotiations on the spot. And you have to do it in different languages, with different translations, with different people in different high-stress environments. I am not saying I dislike Joe Biden. Do I think he can effectively run this country? Not really. And do I think he can effectively defend the Democrats against the Republicans? Absolutely not.
You know, I think I don't disagree with any of that. You know, it's almost become like a very sad joke, because we talked about this, like the idea of the bar being in hell.
Yeah, being so low.
And this is what happens when the bar is in hell. Now we're nitpicking. You're talking about the difference between Biden not remembering things and Trump just never knowing them to remember, which is like, I mean, I'm being serious. Like,
both are horrific.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but that's what happens when we say that this is like, oh, well, it's okay if Trump becomes president and he doesn't have any experience, because the president is just a figurehead and he doesn't have any real power. But then you get Biden, who has some serious memory issues, and you're like, well, the president needs to be swift and understand whatever.
Right.
But the bar is in hell, so how can we speak out of both sides of our mouths?
Well, it's the way our system is set up. Just very quickly, all the people that are in politics they want to follow the ladder. They want to move up. So now we have a situation where if you go against the incumbent, in this case Trump, you saw what happened to Cruz, you saw what's happening to Nikki Haley, the ostracization of her from the party. So it resigns people to have to sit and literally wait for the candidate to die.
Yeah.
And so we have to sit here and watch these men age, because if you try and usurp them and say, I'm Erica, I'm a young congresswoman from Illinois, and I think I got a shot. If you tried that, you and everybody around your camp would be gone from the party. So everybody just sits there because they're cowards. And so we have to watch these men disintegrate in front of us. Men with ages that should be on the front of a wide receiver's jersey. And it's so crazy that we're like living like this, and and you look at other countries' presidents, and they're young and attractive.
Angela Merkel had a
thoughtful.
PhD in rocket science or something.
And our presidents are like, you know, Trump was calling, saying he was running against Obama.
Remember he drew a Sharpie with the hurricane?
He was calling Nancy Pelosi instead of the woman he's running, Nikki Haley. This was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
which
It's
one
not
do you
good.
want?
Exactly. We got to do better. We got to do better. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with friend of the show, Jonathan Bennett. He's better. He's telling us all about his Broadway debut in Spamalot. And we're learning more about Usher's halftime show next. Yeah. Up for Biden in here saying, what about 45? Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. We appreciate that. It's too late for an age limit. Biden rocks. Look, I like Joe Biden, but if he can't remember when his son died, that is a vital part of being a president, is having a memory and a history. He doesn't remember being vice president when he was VP. That's according to this council's report. So I like Biden. I'm not Trump appointees report. There you go.
I also thought that was strange language he used, and also I think you could say the same thing about myself. I don't know, like, when I shot my Comedy Central special, I don't know what day my father passed away.
Do you know what year your dad died?
No. I think I totally blocked. I think I was like out of here for like a year. I have no idea.
Do you remember when you got this job? What year?
June of 2017.
That's right.
Maybe?
I would
Was that
think he
it?
would know when he was vice president. That's an important part of the job.
Yeah, I would think that too.
Well, the only reason I knew that is because it tied into my birthday.
Right.
But like, if I don't, numbers don't mean a lot to me, and I think the more and more you do, and the more and more when you're a fairly successful person, the milestones don't really mean as much.
But you need to be exceptional to be president. Like, I'm talking.
Well, do you?
Yeah, Obama was the Harvard Law Review editor. Like, these people are at the top echelon, and now we're at the very, very bottom. I'm not saying that's Biden. I'm just saying our candidates are not what they, in my opinion, what they used to be. It's not legitimate anymore.
Fighting, like, they're not in fighting shape.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's right.
That's
It's
a
like the
great way to
bedraggled parts of the ends of the candidates.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, what we had Bush, and he was kind of the first that was making a lot of gaffes, and it really did kind of knock down the president. It's like, this guy can be president?
Right, exactly.
Truman was no rock star. Pardon me? I heard the halftime act has gone missing.
Shh, not so loud.
This is the world-famous Blue Man Group. They'll perform the halftime show in his absence.
Give him a chance.
Okay.
I wanted to hear the rest of that.
Yeah. Doesn't it make you
relaxing.
start moving your shoulders
Yes.
like immediately? Welcome back to DBL. That was Apple's short film all about Usher going missing ahead of his halftime show this weekend. But it's not like he was missing for long, since he showed up yesterday to do some press. Here's what he said all about the speculation about what he's going to try to pack in to this performance. Take a look.
Definitely has been a challenge to squeeze 30 years into 13 minutes. There's been these fantasy lists that have been going out and people trying to figure out what song I'm going to perform first, middle, last, who's going to come on the stage with me. Yeah. What I did is I was very mindful of my past, celebrating my present, which is here in Las Vegas, and thinking about where we're headed in the future.
Okay, so what do you guys think about what Usher said? The future. I wonder if he'll bring up someone kind of new.
That's what I'm thinking, because Little John clearly, I mean,
Right.
we saw that snippet. He said, I'm going to address the past, something about the present. So I'm not too familiar with what he's doing with his Vegas residency,
Right.
but I'm sure it's going to be plucked from that. Who's
Someone
this
new.
future artist?
Someone new.
Maybe it's Future. I just made that up. I couldn't stop looking at the couch, Erica.
It's huge.
The couch you were sitting on was amazing. I was like,
too
if you
big.
get that couch, you've made it.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
hear one word Usher said. I'm sure it was poignant.
Do you guys think
the couch was amazing.
It's huge. Wouldn't it be cool if you guys, they kind of look for Usher. Where is Usher? Where is Usher? And then they go up and down the aisles and there's an actual Usher. And that Usher turns around.
It's like a
and
bad
he's
movie
Usher.
script that you're
And he's
saying in
Usher.
the car. No.
Yeah,
No.
there's a lot of speculation as to what could be padding Usher, and I'm going to say
There's never
we
been
don't
that
need-
speculation.
Yeah. We don't need that speculation.
He's just
of
gonna
what's
be him.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like what I appreciate about Usher, especially in this moment, is like everybody tries so hard. They try so hard to be who they think everybody wants them to be. And Usher's kind of always just let what he does be what he does, and it's been enough to get him to the Super Bowl. So I'm not really concerned about who else is going to be there or what kind of gimmicks are going to happen around it. I really want to see like a trip down memory lane for 13 minutes and someone who we've seen do all the building blocks. Like that Vegas residency was iconic because he literally used, unlike other Vegas residencies, which obviously they do a great job, they last for a very long time, it was the power of social media and his famous friends that drove that.
Right.
When I tried to go when I was in Vegas in November, the ticket was $2,500.
Oh my God.
Okay? And I almost paid it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was just that competitive to
Right.
see it because everyone wanted to be a part of that experience. He's coming, he's doing his tour, he's already announced his dates. He has announced 2 nights in Denver.
Wow.
Like, that's amazing. Wow. That's amazing. So I'm really excited to see what he does.
I can't wait. I kind of like my Usher idea. All right, besides the halftime show, the other reason a lot of people watch the Super Bowl are the commercials. But this year, experts are saying brands are trying to avoid Bud Light's fate and not offend anyone. But already, the Uber Eats ad is being criticized over a peanut allergy joke. Let's take a look, and then we'll discuss.
There's peanuts in peanut butter? It's not coming off! Oh, it's the primary ingredient.
Okay. Anyone have
I wouldn't say that's okay. I don't think.
Explain to me why we're offended.
Oh, because
Yes.
a lot of people have serious peanut allergy, and they're pretending it's something to sort of joke about. And kids are embarrassed, and it's something a little
But
vulnerable.
what about the whole context of the entire commercial that you're going to forget something majorly pivotal in your life, like Jennifer Aniston forgetting that she
Ross.
worked with Ross for 10 years.
Right.
like the country singer.
Jelly Roll.
Right, forgetting that these are not his tattoos.
Right.
Right, isn't that making fun of dementia? That's
No,
I mean,
no.
I mean, if we're gonna go with the peanut butter thing, if that's offending them, then they should also be offended with all these people forgetting things. That is a malady that can happen with the brain. But we all know in context that this is for fun and this is a joke.
Well, they're pointing out the fact that a lot of people forget that Uber Eats supplies office supplies and whatever you can think of. They can go to a liquor store. They can do whatever you want. Most people think that they only get groceries. So they're playing on our inability to understand that Uber Eats can get you whatever you want.
Okay.
Is anyone offended here? Is anyone offended by the peanut allergy?
Well, I mean, you can't say it like that.
Yeah,
Okay, you're right. I'm loaded. That's loaded.
People out.
I'm sorry. You're right.
I would like
Now
to
I've
respond
offended people.
to Al's
Yes.
comment,
Please.
but people are convinced that I hate him and want to punch him in the face based on something I said earlier this week. And I was like, that's not even that as offensive as what I could have said.
Yeah, you could have gone way harsher.
Erica's hated me for years. and I second that. I've done a lot.
No, you haven't. We all love you. All right, coming up on DBL, Jonathan Bennett is telling us all about what it was like getting the call that he landed a gig on Broadway. There was no excitement. None at all. Welcome back. Mean Girls were fighting over him in the early 2000s, but they can back off now because Jonathan Bennett is married and busy on Broadway. Earlier, we caught up with him. Take a look.
Jonathan Bennett with bouquets of flowers.
Yes. You like me.
Yes.
You really like me. Thank you.
All right, first off, Mazel Tov. I'm so happy for you. You are in Spam-A-Lot on Broadway, and your husband's reaction was priceless when you shared the news. First of all, he's like tap dancing. How was this a dream come true for you?
I mean, since the moment I was 5 years old, I've wanted to be on Broadway. Like, that's been my biggest dream of my entire life. And then James knows that because when we first met, he's like, what kind of music do you like? And I was like, musicals. And he's like, right, but what do you listen to? And I, musicals. That's all I listen to. And so he's had to listen to me sing in all of our car rides, every musical in the world. And so he knew how much this meant to me. And so I put my camera down and I was like, I get to tell him right now. And I told him, and it was just a beautiful reaction. He was so excited because he knew I was going to be able to live out my dream. Like, it's literally a dream come true.
And that is the moment we got to see. Now, speaking of James, you also shared this video of your husband with his pants down. I loved this. Tell the rest of us what's going on here, because I was dying laughing.
Okay. No, he's not flirting. Okay, so he literally is the biggest germaphobe ever. And when we walk around New York City and sit on subways and things like that, there's no possible way that we're allowed to wear our street clothes on the furniture because he's like, when I'm cuddling with you on the furniture, I'm literally cuddling with everyone that sat on that subway seat. And so he makes us take our street clothes off when we go in the apartment and put on house clothes, but sometimes he's too lazy, so he'll just pull his pants down to sit on the furniture because he doesn't want to take his everything off and change. So that's crazy.
I love it.
I just, as you were talking, I was thinking about the last time you were here in studio. Afterwards, we went and got fast food in my Dodge Challenger, and since then, you've been on the show to talk about you being in movies. You were hosting 2 game shows, I believe, second to last time.
Cooking shows,
and now you're on Broadway. And it's good to see your life has fallen apart since you left us.
Yeah, right? Oh, look, there I am as Sir Robin. Look at the hair.
Handsome.
Well, let's get to that because you play Sir Robin in Spam-A-Lot. For a lot of us, this will be our first time hearing you sing. Has this been a talent you've been keeping on the low? What's going on?
Okay, let me say, I've always been a singer. I mean, did musical theater my whole life growing up. I just my career shifted to TV and movies, so I never got to. And so this, being on Broadway and singing, when I stepped on that Broadway stage, it really felt like home. After that first performance, I was like, oh, right, this is what I grew up doing my whole life. And getting to put on that outfit and become Sir Robin. Sir Robin is the knight that is afraid to fight, right? And so it has so much comedy in it because that character has so many things that juxtapose each other, which make them hilarious to play. So I get to stand on a Broadway stage at the St. James Theater 8 nights a week and literally sing a song about how much I love Broadway while being on Broadway. Wow. My song starts with, Broadway is a very special place, filled with very special people who can sing and dance, often at the same time. It's just so kismet that this role would be my first role on Broadway.
It's perfect for you. We're so happy for you. Okay, but some people, like OG Mean Girls, they're shocked to discover that the new remake is a musical. So if it was a classic movie sequel, tell us, what would your character Aaron be up to now?
My character would be A, booking his tickets to come see Spam-A-Lot on Broadway, but B, I will plug it, you know me.
Yeah, you will.
Number two, I think he would be getting the Nobel Peace Prize for using his mathematician skills to find a way to make fetch happen. I think that's what he'd be doing.
I think you just came up with the plot for the sequel.
Oh, hold on, Tina Fey? Hey, got an idea. You trying to talk?
Jonathan, congratulations, DBL Nation. If you'll be in the New York area with 8 live shows a week, you can see Jonathan living his dream in the musical Spam-A-Lot at the St. James Theater on Broadway. Visit stjamestheaternyc.com for tickets. Thank you again, Jonathan. Great to see you.
Bravo.
We'll be right back.
So, man.
Good job.
Thanks, bro.
This February, enter the Sandals Blue Valentine giveaway to win an all-inclusive vacation to the brand new Sandals St. Vincent and the Grenadines or any Sandals resort of your choice. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL February 28th. Today's Sandals word of the day is hammock.
Darn.
We never get the word of the day. All right, before we go, legendary basketball player Kobe Bryant was immortalized yesterday in a 19-foot bronze statue outside the Lakers arena. His widow, Vanessa Bryant, was there for the unveiling. That is amazing.
Yes,
Allie, you were particularly
somebody that I have tried to pattern my life by. I feel like he's the most outstanding human being of our lifetime, of our generation. True icon, the most disciplined human being I've ever read about, followed, so he's dearly missed.
Yeah, you called me that day. You were the person who broke the news.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
I will never forget.
I know.
Never forget
I know
the day
exactly.
that.
I was in your neighborhood eating, and I came back from the restroom, and somebody was like, "Do you think this is real?" Like, I still remember that
Still
moment.
shocking, yeah.
Yes,
Dear
you are
Black
missed,
Mamba
Kobe.
will be missed. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place Monday. Bye, guys.